Bro, we knew he was dropping in October, bro. It doesn't make sense for him to drop in September. But whatever, bro. We don't care, bro. Drake, it's not like Drake really been dropping a lot. What's up, Gladiators and Ogres? Greetings, Gladiators and Ogres. It's your boy JayShrek back with another Plot Armor Comics review, and this is the Spider-Verse kills Spider-Man. Yes, and comment up, bro, if y'all like the movie or not, because I certainly didn't. I don't really like all that cartoon animated they doing with Spider-Man and being black and everything, but y'all comment up, let me know what y'all rate it.
Meek would never do no shit like that, bro.
Yeah, because he not dropping at all. What's up with Meek?
Nigga act, but nigga, he never took his chance like that, bro.
What's up with Meek though? Like he's been talking about some new music. Clearly, people excited.
He's about to drop back. Act, I know you know that Damian Lillard song fire, man. If you play that shit on stream right now,
just into the sidewalk.
In no time flat, Spidey has the pair of bystanders back on the ground safe and sound, taking a second to reassure the kid before heading off. The mom calls out to the hero to kick some robber butt. Her daughter's shocked at the language, but old Webhead's happy to oblige, swinging up high and yelling at the thugs to fire at him. The crowd's getting hyped up, people calling their friends to come watch the superhero fight. That kind of defeats the point of what Spider-Man was trying to do, give them a chance to run.
Bro,
The people
why
aren't worried. You're Spidey! You got this! Kids got a point. The thugs aren't happy with this level of trash talk, yelling at Spider-Man that they're not going down that easy. Peter, indignant, points out that they said his name wrong. It's supposed to have a hyphen in it, Spider-Man. Trying to make sure the thugs remember to get his name right next time, Spidey has a little song for them, starting to sing as he lays into the crooks. Hyphen man, does whatever a hyphen can. He throws one of the robbers into another before mixing things up with his webs and fists. Joins a word with a line to another and combines two words. Like my name, Spider-Man. The crowd claps and cheers to victory. In no time, Spidey's got the thugs webbed up and is calling the cops. But he didn't even need to bother. They've been watching a bystander's live stream the entire time. Bug gives a tip to the street musicians who'd backed up Peter's song. But while all this seems happy, a sinister figure is watching Peter from far away. Hidden in Loom World, Shathra the Wasp Queen is almost ready to make her final move. She's tracking, killing, and turning other Spider-Men into her minions. One of them is with her now, Peter's daughter, Annie Mae Parker, formerly the hero Spiderly. Now she's Shathra's minion, Nestle. At the Wasp Queen's command, this twisted hero opens a portal to Universe 616, the prime reality of the Marvel multiverse, ready to finally begin a true invasion. It's time for the entire Spider-Verse to finally fall. In another world, one of simpler colors, a few more spiders have made a spider sanctuary. Anya Corazon, the hero Araña, can sense Shathra opening up this new portal. She can tell that the Wasp Queen is targeting Universe 616's Peter Parker. Julia Carpenter, the new Madam Web, has identified that this specific Peter is the only hope for the Spider-Verse, even calling him the Chosen One. She's sending out an order to every spider person in the 616 universe, trying to rally them together to protect Peter. The three heroes consider sending in other Spider-Men from across the universe, but Zarina's already newly minted Spider UK writes that off. The regular spiders aren't up to this. They're going to have to send their most powerful agent to back Spidey up. Back in the 616, Peter's been signing autographs, taking selfies, and letting kids play with the bug. Norman calls him, asking Spidey to try and get the van sent to Oscorp rather than let it get impounded by the police as evidence. Before Peter can deal with that, however, his spider sense triggers. Looking up, he has to end the call with Norman. Something crazy has just happened. Shathra's portal just opened up and a massive swarm of buzzing wasps are descending on New York. It's a full-blown plague and the crowd are already panicking. Spider-Man tries to yell for the crowd to run, but he's already too late. The wasps are everywhere, stinging people left and right. The thug Spidey just got done fighting beg him for help. Although Peter doesn't know what's going on here, he still frees the robbers, not wanting to let them get eaten alive, at least. He just leaves the group with a warning not to make him regret this. Now that he's done dealing with them, Spidey takes a closer look at one of the creatures. It's a spider wasp, but not one of any kind he's ever seen. Spider-Man almost remembers something similar, but before he can work it out, he's interrupted. A new figure arrives on the street, stepping through a glowing golden portal. This is Moreland, the Inheritor, part of an interdimensional vampire family that prey on Spider-Man. He's an extremely powerful foe, even having killed Peter Parker once before. Still today, he's in casual mode. He greets Spider-Man like this is no big deal, openly referring to him as Parker. Spidey immediately assumes this explains everything. Moreland must be behind this swarm of wasps. Before the vampire can even move, Spider-Man starts punching him again and again, hitting his old foe from every angle. Peter is worried. Even a second's hesitation will be enough for the Inheritor to kill him. Moreland tries to talk to his foe, but Peter is not listening. Cease this at once. Enough. Finally pushed too far, Moreland hits back with a slap. His strength is so great, Spidey compares it to taking a hit from the Hulk. He can't take another hit like that. Thankfully, Bug, the little robot, jumps onto Moreland, giving him a powerful shock. Spidey calls out to his pal, trying to encourage the bot, but it's no use. Moreland rips Bug off of him like it's nothing and crushes the bot between his hands. He's about to start trying to talk to Peter again, but before he can, the interdimensional vampire gets a mouthful of web. He just wrecked Peter's partner. He doesn't get to talk. Spidey's back to trying to pulverize Moreland, giving it everything he has. Blow after blow connect with the spider-eating super vampire. Peter's glove begin to fray and break from the sheer strain he's putting on them. But by the time he's done, nothing has changed. Moreland's looking down at him, hands on his hips, looking annoyed that Spider-Man's wasting his time.
What?
Spidey's starting to despair that there's nothing he can do here.
Who the
now that
heck
Peter's
Nicki
tired
Minaj
himself
husband
out,
think
Moreland
he
grabs
is,
him by the
though?
torso and slams the spider right into the ground. There's enough strength in his blow to crack the asphalt. Moreland doesn't let go, though, instead hefting Spidey back up and throwing him across the street. Peter hits a taxi hard, crumpling the door. Even as glass rains down on him, Spidey's back up on his feet, lunging at Moreland. He jukes around the vampire's first swing, but it's not enough. Moreland hits him in the back of the head once, then twice. Peter's technologically advanced mask breaks apart, unable to hold together from the force of these titanic blows. Finally, with an almost dismissive roundhouse blow, Moreland knocks him back to the ground. Peter's left in the wreckage of the taxi. He's groggy, barely conscious, and all his suit tech is down. But he's not worried. He's got something better. Before Moreland can land another blow, he's hit by a web line from his right side, holding his fist back. A second later, another web comes from his left, catching his remaining hand. Miles Morales, Peter's fellow Spider-Man, has joined the fight. So has Cindy Moon, a lesser-known spider who goes by Silk. The pair have Moreland restrained, but Peter yells at them to run. He's convinced even their combined strength won't be enough to stop the Inheritor. This guy has fought off half the Spider-Verse in the past. But it's not just these three. Jessica Drew, the 616's spectacular Spider-Woman, joins the fight with the strongest venom blast she's got, knocking Moreland back and telling the other spiders to keep Peter safe. She's already charging up for a second bolt from Moreland, happy to keep the super vampire busy. Meanwhile, Peter's confused at how everyone knew he needed them. Cindy and Miles say that a voice in their head told them to come here, and that's enough for Peter to put the pieces together. Portals, Moreland, spiders coming together? We're doing a Spider-Verse again, aren't we? Wow, you kiss Aunt May with that mouth? Silk's not in the mood to join in with the wisecracks. She's angry. Moreland forced her to spend half her life in hiding. He took everything from her. Silk hates him like no one else. One of the spider wasps stings Cindy, and that's the last straw. She jumps forward, joining Jess in the fight. Miles is worried about her, but takes a second to check in on Peter before swinging in to help. Cindy and Miles both land kicks on Moreland at once, but Jess is worried. They're going to need more than this to take out the Inheritor. A new web portal opens up, and from it comes a familiar trench coat-wearing figure. Hey, what gives? You crumbs think you can throw this shindig without me? That's right, it's Spider-Man Noir ready to help.
Say, little
Spidey's still a
bitch,
bit
you
groggy,
can't
but he is
really,
happy for the assist.
if you
He asks
wanted to,
Noir if
be
other friends are coming to help. The darker Spidey tells him not to bet on it, but that's fine with Jess and Miles. They're fighting an almost unbeatable villain. they'll take any backup they can get.
Hey, we
Peter's
doing
still
ox
convinced
battles on
something is
Reddit,
wrong,
chat.
though. One of
Let
the
me know,
wasps stings him on the
comment
cheek,
up
and as his eyes
on this
water, he
video.
sees it.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man
shout out
Noir pulled out a
to...
strange weapon, some kind of
Hold up.
ritualistic knife. Truth is, outside this joint, you're all out of friends. In fact, before anyone
Can I
can
look
react,
at
Noir grabs Jessica Drew. Peter
naughty?
screams out no, finally having put the pieces together, but he's just seconds too late. Noir pulls Spider-Woman back by her hair and stabs her right in the gut with a sickening, gory... Sorry, Drew. You deserve better than this. But that's Spider-Verse for you. Miles and Silk both look away from Moreland, horrified by what just happened. Peter's finally back on his feet, right there with her, asking if Jess is okay. Strangely, there is no blood from the wound. For a second, she seems fine. But as the traitorous Spider-Man Noir puts it, she hasn't been cut, she's been severed from the web of life. The magic of the blade reveals itself as Jessica starts to dissolve into threads, screaming out as she's unraveling. She can feel everything she's done in life just fading away, even as the Spider-Men stand there powerless to help her. In her last moments, Jess thinks of her son, Jerry, worrying that this may have killed him too. If she never existed, what happens to him? There's
Shout
no
out
answer.
to more
Spider-Woman is just
I
gone a
am
second
cheery.
later. Peter's left holding a pile of thread that once had been the hero Jessica Drew. Over in the Spider Sanctuary, Julia is watching through some kind of web-based view screen. She's yelling at Peter to get up, even as Spider-Man Noir charges at him.
Y'all go follow.
Spider UK is worried that their
Y'all go
chosen
follow
one is
him
about to get taken out just like Jess,
on
but Julia's
YouTube.
confident he isn't. Even if Peter's off his game, they've already sent him all the help he
But yeah,
needs.
make sure y'all
And yes,
follow
before
Reddit.
Noir can stab Pete, it's Moreland
Reddit
who
is
punches him
linked in the
away. The
description.
Inheritor lost none of his strength, knocking Spider-Man Noir's hat off, though the villainous Spidey still keeps hold of the knife.
Spam.
Yes, if you had but just given me a chance to speak, I would have told you your Spider-Verse has fallen, and I've been sent to aid you in a war against a threat even greater than the Inheritors.
Follow
Miles
Reddit.
asks who that could even be. It's Spider-Man Noir who answers while
Follow
he's
the
putting his
Reddit.
hat back on his head. The other Pete's face is now twisted and monstrous, complete with fangs and mandibles. This time, according to him, the Spider-Men are up against someone higher on the food chain than Moreland and his family. More blue portals open
yeah,
up
shout
behind
out
the
to you,
twisted
man.
Spider-Noir as the remaining spiders of
hopefully you get
616
some
finally
followers.
come together. Noir has an ultimatum for Peter, Cindy, and Miles. They've all been stung by the wasps. They can either join him as creepy bug monsters, or they'll get severed
Plot
from
Armor
existence like
Comics.
Jess. Miles
If I do a
immediately
Reddit,
turns that idea down, but
y'all can
Noir's
get
not
a-
worried.
y'all can get a shout out
Everyone
next,
says that at first. But in the end, they come around. Remember what I said before? How you were all out of friends? I lied. They're all here. They're just your enemies now. Spider-Wasp Noir laughs as his backup jumps in. Spider-Punk, Spider-Gwen, and Spider-Girl all twisted into wasp monsters just like him. The spiders are shocked to see their friends all turned into monsters like this. The wasps try to talk their former friends into joining them, but when that doesn't work, Wasp Noir orders his squad to attack. Peter only just manages to dodge Noir, who's coming at him with the same blade he used to kill Jess Drew. Silk's reluctant to hit Gwen, not wanting to fight her friends. Moreland, on the other hand, isn't so restrained. What? This is how one is supposed to treat the enemy. Not willing to accept this, Silk jumps away from Gwen and kicks Moreland, knocking the waspified Spider-Girl out of his clutches. The vampire snarls at her for that, but Silk's defiant. She will not let him kill her friends. That won't stop Gwen and Mayday and the other wasps from trying to kill the spiders. The two sides are evenly matched, Peter and Miles continuing to dodge their enemies' attacks. Thankfully, now they've got reinforcements. Aranya, the mystical Spider-Girl, has arrived via a golden web portal and throws out a webs of tomb to help protect Peter.
Nikki,
New
bro,
Spider
why is you on
UK
this
follows
sound
behind
like that,
Aranya,
bro?
calling the heroes to follow her
she
through the
bugging.
portal. Miles is happy with that, kicking Wasp Hobie in the jaw as he rushes to the portal. Moreland's right behind him, but Peter hesitates. That knife Noir used is powerful. They should try to get rid of it. For now, though, Aranya confirms they're good. The wasps won't be able to follow her through this next portal. They've ended up in Earth 616 Beta, a test universe that's not part of the Great Web. The heroes aren't doing great. Miles and Silk are starting to forget Jess now that the blade removed her from existence. Moreland's happily reminiscing about his past slaughtering spider totems. Everyone is tense, but Anya throws open the door to the church where their new friends are hiding out. 5 spiders they don't recognize, and 1 literal spider. Still, the spiders are friendly. Miles recognizes one as a Craven, in this case Sergei Kravenov, the hunter spider who is excited to take down the wasp beasts. Next up is Princess Petra, the singing princess Spinstress and her animal friend Webster. Petra's so excited to get to sing, she starts taking over the introductions for fashion-forward Webweaver and the more reserved Sun Spider. Nope, the end. Numbers over. The last member of the group's cat burglar Felicia Hardy, here going by Night Spider. Peter's disappointed she's not a straight-up hero, and her stealing his utility belt doesn't help. Spidey's not impressed with most of these newbies, but thinking back, he remembers Sun Spider. They worked together before, and she was pretty cool then, as is the final member of this group, Julia Carpenter, the new Madam Web. She can see the future, and she's not looking too happy about it. She outlines the situation to Team Spider. Shathra's wasps transform any spider totem into a wasp drone, but some people are immune, mostly spiders from Earth 616. As such, the Wasp Queen's planning to use that totem blade to wipe them all out. But they've got a secret weapon, Peter Parker. Julia and friends are convinced he's the chosen one, the Peter Parker of the Primal Strand, and can save the whole Spider-Verse. Right. Can you all give me a sec? I need to confer with my Primal Strand buddies first. Be right back. Pete, Silk, and Miles are not sold on this. Still, now they've got a second, Cindy patches up Peter's costume. Webweaver's a little offended they didn't ask him since he's a fashion designer, but Pete's focused on Morlun. He wants to know what's pushed the villain onto Team Spider. Morlun's annoyed at this, thinking it's a distraction from their fight against Shathra, but he'll explain. He went to Loom World to center the Great Web, trying to find the other inheritors. They were supposed to be innocent babies left in the care of Spider Aunt May, but Shathra turned the nanny Spider into a wasp. She ate them all. Morlun rampaged through Shathra's forces and raged at the loss of his family. He eventually reached the Wasp Queen herself. The fight went badly. Shathra laughed at the vampire. His inheritors were just frauds stealing spider life force to make Loom World acknowledge them. At this point, Morlun has eaten so many totems, he's just another spider, and Shathra is ready to slam him into the ground. But Morlun ran and joined forces with his former prey. Hunter Spider was in a great mood after hearing the story. With an inheritor and a chosen one, they can't lose. Peter's not convinced they have enough teammates to win this war, though, hoping to find some more spiders to back them up. Oh no. Morlun's infuriated at Pete's short-sightedness. These spiders are all the ones they could save, and even those aren't all doing great. Miles is infected by the wasp bite. Only these few spiders are left, and now Shathra and a whole multiverse of wasps can see them. Naturally, Morlun's first response to Miles turning into a wasp creature is to try and kill him. Peter objects, but unfortunately the other spiders are on Morlun's side. Miles just became a massive risk to all of them. Webweaver and Spinstress just want to knock him out, but Morlun insists letting the younger Spider-Man live will bring Shathra's entire hive down on them. Ultimately, a venom blast ends the fight. Miles isn't mind-controlled yet, but he gets where the others are coming from. He's not going to stay. Instead, he's heading to Loom World, trying to do some damage to Shathra and her headquarters and keep her distracted. Hunter Spider's hyped up by that, volunteering to join Miles on this hunt of a lifetime. They're already down 2 spiders. Julia sighs, but gets back to explaining things. Shathra's gained control of the Web of Life and Destiny, a multiversal construct that connects all the spiders. But between Aranya's magic and Spider UK's portal science, they've got a plan to purify it and free all the spiders. Unfortunately, this wouldn't include Jessica Drew, but Aranya's got an idea that might help save her too. There's a hidden temple with a golden spider that can restore lost threads. If they get inside and steal it, they'll have a chance to revive Jess. A certain cat burglar is suddenly looking very smug. Night Spider, will you please join us? Pete insists they try this plan. He, Felicia, and Aranya will hit the temple and bring back the golden spider. UK tries to object. They need Aranya and her magic here, but Peter insists they won't even notice she's gone. Now there are 5 spiders down, cut in half. And that's given Morlun an idea. If he gets the dagger and stabs Shathra, this whole event will be undone. He opens up a portal to go take it from Spider-Man Noir. Silk, Spinstress, Sun Spider, and Webweaver follow him to make sure Morlun doesn't kill Noir. Now Madam Web and Spider UK are entirely out of backup and have no one to help them with the actual plan to save the Spider-Verse. This is going well. Peter's team reached the secret temple. It's supposed to be dedicated to Neith, a goddess of spiders and destiny. Pete and Aranya argue a little about the historical origin of the temple before letting Night Spider start doing her own thing. She hits the first switch with her web and sends a rain of arrows right at Anya and Peter. She's still not good at working with other people. She's going to get us killed, isn't she? The wasp spiders trapped on Earth 616 are still there and getting bored. They're excited to finally see a portal open, but surprised to see Moreland jump out at them, ready to slay Noir. The energy vampire tackles his foe to the ground, only prevented from slaying him because of the other wasps. That gave Silk and her team enough time to catch up. But before the team can join the fight, one of the wasps stings Spinstress. Now Shathra has full knowledge of everything her enemies have planned. Oh dear. The temple raiding party are making good progress. Now they're walking on the ceiling away from the traps. Eventually they run into some spikes that are still a threat, but Peter reminds his friends that they all have spider strength. Together they break through the wall, avoiding the trap entirely. They've made it to the temple. There's a statue of Neith and the golden spider right in her hand. Night Spider has this down, using a web ball to keep any traps in place while they retrieve the spider. But that's when Shathra's portals open and a massive flood of wasp monsters pour right on top of the 3 spiders. The fight back on Earth 616 is going badly. Silk's team has managed to stop Moreland from killing Noir, but Petra's fully turned wasp now. She opens a portal for the remaining wasps, letting everyone but Noir escape the fight. The spiders are horrified at one of their own becoming a monster. Moreland, however, doesn't care. He just wants the dagger, his one plan to end Shathra. Unfortunately, he's too late. Spider-Man Noir's scabbard is empty. One of the other wasps took it through the portal. Back in the temple, Peter, Anya, and Night Spider are getting overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of the wasps. Making it worse, the 3616 wasps have jumped in to join on the fun. Felicia's managed to hang on to the golden
Stop talking about wasps, bro, because I be seeing bees
shatters the idol. This whole trip to the temple just became pointless. Aranya's started to lose hope, but Peter reassures her. We'll come up with something else. We always do. Just have a little faith, okay? Remember, you're talking to the Chosen One. As long as I'm around, we can't lose. And that's when Wasp Gwen stabs Peter right in the chest with a totem dagger. This isn't supposed to happen, but I can't. I don't feel anything. It's like everything I ever was, all those people I ever saved, will they be okay? I'm sorry. And just like that, Peter Parker is no more. He never was. So what happens in a world where Spider-Man never existed? Lucky for you, we've got that covered already.
Big boy JayShrek, come on.